I was a senior companion, and the area I was in was called Ipiz. Ipiz, Costa Rica, is up in the mountains, and my companion and I had to walk a little bit to get in there. We lived in a neighboring area with some other elders, and the main drag we would walk down, we would pass everything. We would pass the chapel on the left side after we got in and walked down the mountain through it, and houses on the right and left, all over the place. Now we had on the schedule, and being a good senior companion that I was, we had an A and a B and a C schedule. So if A didn't work out, we went to B. If B didn't work out, we went to C. And we were walking down this drag, and it was probably in the mid-morning, 11 o'clock-ish, noonish, somewhere around there. And I remember we passed a man and a woman, and the man was carrying a little girl. And we passed them on the road. We actually had to walk past them on the right, but we were late for this really, really promising appointment. And not quite late. We were just going to be there right on time. So we're walking, and the thought popped in my head, talk to these people. And I was like, oh, we've got this really important appointment set up right now. We have to go see. We'll probably see them again. This isn't a big area. Most people stay right here. So we went down to this appointment, and they weren't there. So I was like, okay, plan B. It's up here. We got to go. So we went back up and passed the people again. Past them going up the hill. They were walking rather slowly. Got to this next, and that thought popped in my head again. And once again, I was like, well, we've got this appointment that we have to go to. Went to the appointment. They weren't there either. So I was like, okay, plan C. It's back down the hill. So we started walking down the hill, and this time we were on the other side of the street. And that family was walking up, and we were walking down. And the thought came into my head again. But it was stronger this time. And finally I realized, oh, hey, this might be a prompting. And I remember I just stopped in my tracks, and my companion kept walking. And it was this kind of struggle I had. I'm really big. If I set an appointment, I'm going to be there. I hate letting people down. But the other side was the Lord really wants me to talk to these people. And so I had stopped in my tracks. My companion turned around about 10 feet ahead and said, are you okay? And I said, we have to talk to those people. And I turned around and started walking towards them. And this was during the wind. It was probably February, March. It was really windy. As I mentioned, there's a windy season. And the wind at that point caught, I think the baby girl was holding her mom's scrunchie or something. And it caught it. It caught the wind, and it blew up. And I'm not lying or trying to be cheesy or anything like that, but literally it landed at my feet as I'm walking through the road to get these people. And so I thought, oh, well, I guess this is what's supposed to happen, and picked it up and walked over to them, handed them their scrunchie. I was like, I think you lost this. And by the way, my name is Elder Gardner. I'm a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ. And so we started talking, and they were extremely receptive. They were just all smiles, invited us over for the next day, and we went and we visited them for a long time afterwards. They weren't baptized at that time. They were living with their parents or her parents or his parents, one of them, and they were very against the church, very staunch Catholics. But we did get a chance to plant a seed, and they were very receptive to it. They really liked the Book of Mormon and what they were reading, and sometimes it really scares me to think what would have happened if I had not listened to the prompting that I was receiving from the Spirit walking down. I passed them twice before, and that third time when it hit me super strong to speak to them, it kind of scares me to think what I would have to answer to if I hadn't stopped and talked to them. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad I made that relationship, and they were excellent, wonderful, wonderful people.